Okay. I'm trying to say okay too many times. Alright, let's play. Yeah, new game. Everyone's got the Rapture. If you've seen the test footage, then yeah, I'll be going over a few things again and again, and playing this again. So, this is a strange game. It's not for everybody. There's only a few controls. X, interact with a few things. There is R2 to speed up. There's look around. There's not many other buttons. Well, there's no other buttons other than that. It's not a fast game. It's pretty slow paced. If you want to shoot 'em up or something going fast, it ain't for you. It's set in the 1980s in, I believe, Shropshire in England. It's pretty accurate for a small town village, and we'll get in and play. And it's more about the story than actually.
This is Dr. Catherine Collins. I don't know if anyone will ever hear this. It's all over. I'm the only one left.
Hello, my friends. Fascination Street, hello. Hope you're all well. So this is a game that I played as soon as not as soon as I got out of hospital, but pretty much about a week after getting out of hospital, after I was okay to sit up a little bit, I started playing this game. And it's I know it's an old game. It's came out on the PS3 originally, but it's a game that I wanted to play forever, and I never had a PlayStation 3. I was Xbox 360 for a long time, and I never played for ages. I was big into gaming in 2010, 2011, 2012. I've stopped until now. And then lockdown boredom struck. So I'll explain a bit more. This is a Vallis Observatory. So obviously you can go up to the gates. You can't get in. You can press X. We can't get in. Let's go across here. So there's stuff around. I explained beforehand. There's stuff around you can like look at. You've got to look at a few things. It won't log what you've looked at. It won't tell you you've looked at something. I'll explain more as it goes on. Ooh, crossing on the channel. I think Tony Hawk's. Haven't played Tony Hawk since Tony Hawk's 2. I loved Tony Hawk's 1 and 2. I played Tony Hawk's Underground. Wasn't a big fan of that one. But I think I'll be looking at Tony Hawk's definitely. So this is radio broadcast
for as long as I'm able. If I'm right, we should be able to pick up the signal right across the valley. The event has left markers. We don't understand it yet, but we're going to keep working to try and understand it. You can use them to find what you're looking for. The answers, they're all here. The answers are in the light.
So there's radio broadcasts all around on different of these radios, and you've got to listen to it and understand the story of what's going on. It's all from the same scientist who's in the Vallis Observatory. I played a remastered version a few years ago of 1 and 2 of Tony Hawk's. It was good, apart from the music was a bit off. They didn't have all the rights to all the music, which was pretty annoying. That's one of the greatest things in Tony Hawk was the music library they had. So there's lots of videos on PC, and all they do is play the same thing over and over again. Let me just turn them off. Now I'm sure there's something to do with the cassette tapes. There are these maps. You can't really press start and look at a map. There's maps all around the town, I'm aware there's a phone ringing somewhere. I'll find the phone ringing. So we're there. We're in the observatory. It's actually seems like a pretty big map for. It might not be a big map for other games, but it's a pretty big map because you go so slow. It feels like it's ginormous. I might need to adjust the picture settings because it's a bit too bright. I'll explain that a bit later on why I adjusted them because I've played this before. So there's a phone ringing. So let me try and find where the phone's ringing. You get back to work. Get some pizza. Definitely get some pizza. And if yeah, any live gaming you want to join in on, I can discuss that. I don't mind. As long as it's not something too hard, because I'm terrible.
This is a special announcement by the Emergency Measures Committee. Due to exceptional circumstances, radio and television in this area has been brought under the control of the EMC as per the Crisis Preparedness and Action Bill of 1982. Keep your radio and television on at all times. Stay indoors and avoid contact with other people. Do not attempt to telephone outside your local area. Do not panic and remain civil and calm. Stay tuned to this station for updates.
So I don't want to give away too much, but there's some bits in there. If you played the game, you know what's kind of going on with what he says there. Everything anyone says in this game is pretty much. Let's change the setting in this one. They don't waste anything in this game. Everything means something. Brightness. Yeah. Just turn on the brightness a little bit. Let's go back. Continue. That's a bit better. Bit better. Yeah, that's a bit better. Everything means something in the game. There's nothing wasted. So there's lots of these things where you look around and there's lots of cars which are abandoned, and I want to try and really unravel the game as you're watching it because it's a good story. If anything else, it's one of the best story games I've played. So we'll get here and we'll see these orbs. So there's these orbs we'll get to, and obviously gives you directions of how to interact.
I'm trying to do my job. You two will be the only staff on site for this rotation. I'm just saying, if the main gate's power fails, then there's no way in or out of the observatory.
That's why there are backup generators. Jesus, why the hell are we even discussing this?
Just don't you come running to me if you get locked in.
If we get locked in, we won't be able to come running to you, will we? You let us worry about the clever stuff, and you can concentrate on sweeping up leaves and changing light bulbs. Happy? Now piss off.
Arsehole.
That was unnecessary. Just because you're angry with me doesn't mean you have to take it out on everyone else.
Kate, can we just talk about this?
Steven, I'm done. I just want to get out of this place, and tonight is our best chance of doing that. You prep the arrays, I'm heading up to Tower 6.
Kate. I love you. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that. Come on, let's get started.
So these orbs you'll interact with throughout the game. Tells you've got to interact to unlock the story, see what goes. Otherwise, you can't really finish the story or finish the game. You'll need to interact with them to get what's going on. So it's automatic saving this game until you get to a certain point. And you'll see. I'm pointing at the screen. I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen because you can't see me pointing at the screen. There's these bigger orbs which will help you out and they'll direct you around the game. This one's called Jeremy, so it'll tell the story of each individual part. I think it's 5 or 6 parts of the village, and the orbs will kind of guide you around the village and tell you what's going on or where to look. So Jeremy's our guide for this section, and Jeremy's a person. I think he's the vicar or something like that. So yeah, the guide is here.
Well, I suppose from that we can assume that they really are serious about this whole quarantine thing. If Mrs. Boughton wandered off that way before they closed the road, I suspect we'll never find her. Not until this whole thing blows over.
Well, it's more than a little odd. I mean, this is Yorton, for goodness sake. There was no need for them to be so rude.
Well, if they are so concerned that they are willing to close off the roads, I suspect they would argue that there is every need. What is certain is that for the time being, none of us are going anywhere.
But he had a rifle, a soldier with a rifle, in Shropshire. The world's gone stark raving mad. I've a good mind to write to my MP.
You do that, Barb, and I'll personally deliver it for you, once this blockade is removed anyway. Come on, Bob. I can't spend all day chasing pensioners around the valley. The surgery won't open itself. I need to grab some paracetamol when we get back as well. Cracking headache all of a sudden.
So each individual thing will reveal more about the story, what's going on. You can see if you can try and get through farm gates. You can't. Yes, I've started playing this when I got out of hospital. It was an easy game to play, and it was something that I didn't really have to think too much about, because it's not really. I wouldn't say it's hard, but there's not much, like, you can play it at ease. So there's these books about, and these are some of the books you've got to look at. Now, it won't actually log saying I've looked at these books, but later on the game might unlock something else.
Who's that? Hello? Kate, if you can hear this, you need to shut down the optical array. It's using the observatory as a conduit to reach us, and it's started spreading its range beyond the valley. Kate, we can't afford to let it do that. It's getting stronger. I'm going to call Clive back, and I'm going to force him to order the strike. I just don't see what other choice we have. God knows if it will work. Can you hear me? We need help. Who are you? Jesus, get off the phone! Get off the phone! It's in the phone! It's in the phone.
So playing this in lockdown was a bit eerie. Obviously, they've locked down the entire place around this fictional town of Yorton, or Yorton in Shropshire. And playing it in 2020 lockdown, it's a bit eerie, because you go outside, it's pretty much the same sometimes. There's nobody about. Or you wish there's nobody about. Social distancing. So yeah, the orb's kind of telling us something's here, so.
So hard on yourself. We've all had rejections.
You haven't.
Oh, come on. We'll look at the figures, tighten up the data, and resubmit. Your core idea is sound. You just got the number slightly wrong.
Don't patronize me.
I'm not patronizing you. I think you are a brilliant man, Dr. Appleton. Listen. I'm here, right? We're together, you and me. The alignment event tomorrow. It's yours, okay? You saw the opportunity, you ran the numbers. Even if they can't see it, I'm proud of you.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
Steven. Look on the bright side. Around here, you're a hero. Prodigal son returns, right? I'm surprised they haven't erected a statue in your honor yet.
Oh, you can laugh all you want. But I'll bet the parish council have a subcommittee working on that right now.
Okay, so I've got that. And you'll see the orb. You can ignore the orb for a bit. You'll see in the distance going around. The one thing this game scared me was I kept thinking I was going to see somebody like just walking around. You'll never see anyone walk around. That's a spoiler alert, but you'll never see anybody. So these maps again. I don't know how long I've got to look at the map for. I know you've got to look at it a little bit to get one of the objectives. Not for the full game, but just for unlock achievements. Yeah, there's like lots of little stuff in the game. You'll see like, oh, there's some graffiti I've got to look at as well. Now, bit of swear words. I'll say no to the Valus extension. Emergency meeting. You'll see some meeting flyers around. Call Mega Bob. Yeah, there's lots of little like subtle hints to And it's a nice village. You would think that normally it would be quite a nice place to live. It seems not everyone's gone to the Rapture. So you can access some houses, you can access some pubs. Stars at night. Let's go on here. Closed until further notice. We've got the flu. Ooh. So COVID-19. Please try a 7th whistle. We'll be back in business soon as we're open. George and Helen Gable. So we'll go into the pub. Now, for some people who are curious what a British pub looks like, this is what a British pub looks like. As you can see, there's no dancing girls on the ceiling. There are no strippers anywhere. It's just normally probably full of like some old bloke in the corner having a pint of bitter, and there might be some loud people across here later on. So this is what generally a pub is in England. So that's in the map, but look at it. So there's supposing the achievement to wait for a pint of beer here. I don't know how long I've got to wait. I don't really want to be waiting around and doing that right now. I might go back and do it later on. She's got fish and chips. How much is fish and chips? This is set in the 80s. So a curry and a pint, only £2. Obviously that's very cheap. Dartboard there. Can we get in the... Do I want to go in the toilets? I don't think I don't want to. Local fish and chips. Ale of the day, 50p. So yeah, very, very cheap. I'm pretty sure I got behind here beforehand. I can't seem to. There are some parts, I wouldn't really say this is a horror game, but there are some parts have horror elements. Especially if you're playing by yourself at night with the lights turned off. It can be quite fun if you like that. You can get lost as well. You can get lost really easily. You can forget which way you've gone. I tend to, what I did last time was I made sure I did all the left hand side of the village, then did the right hand side and leave doors open. But I don't want to do this time. I know what I need to do, but I know there's some things I missed. Alright, let's go along to the houses. See all the cars being left just randomly. It does intrigue me, these movies and games about the end of the world. Obviously living in 2020. I wouldn't say it's the end of the world, but we're living through similar times. Similar scary times. So I can hear on the radio.
Extraordinary. The whole thing reminds me of high school. Seeing Mars for the first time. That same rush of excitement. My hands are shaking.
So we'll find more about stories of that one. Oh, someone's messaged me. Yeah, so I think I'll be playing... Oh, I can get through here. I'll be playing some of these games. I've got other games to play as well. I do have Star Wars Battlefront 2. Not that great at it. I'm average okay at it sometimes. I bought V-Rally 4. Not very good at that. I don't know if it's just the games are very good, but I got it discounted and that's alright. I've got FIFA 2020, FIFA 2020 yet. It came with the PS4. It's a Weasel bike. I won't be playing that one because to me that's just, it's something that I play just for fun. I've got another game called, a bit like this, a bit more interactive, actually like shooting stuff, called it's called Gone to the Moon. Basically it's end of the world and they've got a moon colony and you've got to try and go to the moon colony and work out why everyone's dead. Common theme in these things, everyone's dead and you've got to try and find out why everyone's dead. If anyone's listening to this and wondering my accent, or if you think I'm talking too fast, let me know if I'm talking too fast, and I will slow down. Or if you don't understand the accent, tough luck. Or if you're just shocked at my accent, that some people say, oh, you're not American. Well, never said I was. Also, I will not be discussing any kind of politics or any kind of... I'm going to try and keep this away from the outside world and not talk about anything to do with the outside world. Simply, it's an escapism to get away. There's plenty of stuff out there people can watch and go and see if they want to get... If you want to watch people get mad in supermarkets and call them Karens, you can do. I'm not going to be doing that kind of stuff here. I'd much rather be doing something a bit more... distraction's good, because you can't spend your whole life just like getting involved in stuff. So yeah, I won't be talking about politics or anything like that, because...
Hello?
Oh, what's going on here?
Hello? Amanda, I thought you'd left town.
We tried. We did try. But they've closed all the roads and you can't get through. And then Georgie and Ben said they had headaches. And then they started bleeding. And... It was horrible. They were so scared. So Neil turned the car around and we saw the house was open, and I know we shouldn't have, but we just came in to clean up the kids, and then Neil and I started bleeding as well, and it was all over my blouse. Everyone was so tired.
It's all right, Amanda. Everything will be all right. Just try and calm down and tell me where Neil and the children are.
They're upstairs. They were tired, and Neil said they could take a nap in the bed, and we thought Barbara wouldn't mind as they're only children, and I was so tired, so Neil took them up. He took them upstairs to tuck them in.
And?
That was 6 hours ago. He never came back down. Just be too frightened to go look.
Why don't we go and look together? I can hold your hand if you like.
Yeah. I think I could manage that, yes. Please help me.
Of course I'll help you. Neil? Neil, are you there?
So we'll go upstairs. Yeah, it's not terrifying at all. A little bit terrifying. It is... There are, as I said, there are some horror elements to this game. There are some bits that I find a bit... not full-on disturbing, but you do find a bit unsettling. Because then you go in here and you see, obviously, what's happened in here. You will see, like, these little orbs of light, little specks of dust and stuff, where I assume from playing the game for a bit longer time that it's where people have died. It's where someone's died from. There's one of the books for me to look at. And I can look at that book. I need to see it. I think I've seen it. Yeah, so it does get a bit worse than that. So if you don't really like that kind of stuff, don't watch. It's not graphic. It's more like makes you think. I hate it when you say to somebody, "Oh, it's a scary movie," and they go, "Oh, it's not." Say, "Oh, well, it's psychologically scary because you think about the in-between bits, you read between the lines of what's went on, and how scary it must have been." So we'll go in the kitchen. Oh, I'm sure there's... I'm pretty sure there's a thing I've got to unlock to get an achievement to make stuff in the microwave. Not that you can do, but you can press buttons in the microwave. Telephone. Telephones will just play the same sound again and again. And repeat it. A bit like, I thought when I first played this game it would be a bit like Lost, how the numbers meant something. And I had to like memorize the numbers, and then I would have to like input the numbers into something. No. Never happened. That would have been a good element in the game, had to have remembered something from the game Not that I'm complaining about this game. I think it's one of the best games I've played. It won 2 BAFTAs. I think 2 BAFTAs it won for its. I'll need to check out what it won the BAFTAs for. It's certainly original. It's not like many of the games I've played. But there are a few horror games I want to play. If anyone has any suggestions of horror games to play, just let me know, and I will play them, because I don't mind a bit of horror. Let's see if I see it. Now you can move fast by pressing R2. You don't move fast enough. That's one of the biggest bugbears in the game, is when you've kind of done most of the game, you've got to go backtrack and try and find other stuff. You can't move fast enough to get back through the game. You've got to really slow pace go through things. So there's one of the orbs going by, and there's something across here, as you can see. There's part of the story you can unlock.
I saw you doing that.
Go away from me, don't come near me.
This is people's property, you're scaring them.
It's all over the village. It's got into everything. It's so fast.
What are you talking about?
It's travelling down the wires.
Dear God, man, you've lost your mind. Where is Kate? What have you done with her?
Don't you understand? It's breaching the quarantine and adapting.
Give me that bloody can. Hand it over, Appleton.
No, get off. No, Sam, stop it.
You weedy little shit.
It's mine.
Give me the can. Fucking grow up!
Fuck. Oh, God, no. It's starting to manifest itself everywhere.
Stephen, come back.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, so the town's in a bit, obviously, is it Stephen? Stephen's been doing this. He's been going around painting stuff on the town. Can't get in. Can't get in the shop. Can get around the side. No, I can't save enough, so I can't go around the side. Ooh, some gas. Oh, can't get any gas. This is one of the best parts of this game, is you can feel as though you can wander around forever in this game. There's more to this game than this little tiny village. It's like, I'm going to go across in the distance, and I'm going to go to other parts of, I think there's 2 villages, there's Yorton and somewhere else. I'm going to go to unlock more of the story. I do my own theories in the story, of what's happened and what's went on. I think open to interpretation is how some people would see it. So it's these signs saying do not attempt to use the telephone outside the local area. There's something in the middle, which when I played this game previously, I missed something in this section, which is important. Right. Okay, I think we'll stick to the left. So then I know I'm stick to the left, and then I'll work our way around and get back to the middle. And as I've started playing, I haven't actually what's this say? Apart from YouTube, I've not told Twitter or Instagram that I'm playing this. A bit nervous. I just noticed there's actually, you'll see these figure 8s painted all over the place. I just noticed that in front of the car. There's paint on this one as well. Paint job in there. Yeah, because obviously I've never really done anything like this before with ZonksTheAlien. I know people on YouTube, Fascination Street was straight in there, straight away on it. But I did a podcast a while back, which it took too long for me to do. Partly because I was doing everything on the podcast. I was doing silly voices and then disguising Zonks' voice, which I don't know why. Didn't have to do it. Oh, I see a rugby pitch. I used to play rugby. I was the biggest back and the smallest forward, so I got switched around a lot. I played middle school, high school, and I played a bit of college. not like American college. It would be English, so like sixth form, kind of like into university level. Played rugby. I was preferably a winger, but I was, as I said, I was the biggest person in the backs, so I always got put in the forwards, which I didn't like because I didn't get to play the style I like to play. And I once German suplexed another player on the pitch as well, which was quite fun. Not for him, but it was funny for me. He was okay though. Didn't want to cause any harm.
What about the station?
That's shut down too. So there's no way in or out of the valley. They're obviously serious about this flu thing.
Phil doesn't think it's flu at all. He said he's been practicing medicine for 30 years and he's seen plenty of flu, and he said this doesn't feel right at all.
Well, there's nothing of any use on the radio.
Sorry I'm late, everyone. Have you started?
Yes, but to be honest, there's not really that much to discuss. This quarantine is in place, there's roadblocks and everything. No one really seems to know anything, but people are definitely missing. More of them too, not just a couple of old biddies. No one's seen the Sullivans since yesterday, and the house is just sitting there unlocked.
I just got back from the farm. All of Frank's cows died in the night. He's devastated.
Poor man, hasn't he had enough for 1 year? First Mary and now this.
Well, if no one's coming in to sort this mess out, we're just going to have to do it ourselves. Barbara, get Phil to do a stock take on medication. Jeremy, put the word out for people to congregate at the village hall. It's best we get everyone in one place for the time being.
Good.
I'll organise supplies. We'll have a lot of hungry mouths to feed. There's plenty at the depot.
Scaring you still, Ripper.
Let's start with what's here in the village. I'll draw up a rota. Charlie, you help me with that?
Anything for you, Meg?
I'll head out into the valley and scoop up the isolated families and check in with Lizzie Graves at the camp. Has anyone seen or heard anything from Stephen Appleton or his wife?
Okay, there was a... I know it's scaring you still, Ripper. It gets worse than this if you think it's scary, so you might not want to watch it. There was an actor there in that bit. If you're British, you might be able to recognise who the actor was. I'll tell later on who it is. It's not just missing people, Soul Ripper. They're all dead. Everyone's dead. Right, so summer raffle. Right, it's emergency meeting. Not Amelia Clarke, no. It was a male actor. No one as famous as Amelia. Well, no, he's not as famous as Amelia Clarke. Not Kit Harington, no, not Kit Harington. I'm not even sure the guy's name. I just know what TV show he's in. He was in a TV show called Goodnight Sweetheart, and he played the sidekick to the main character. A Scouser guy, I think he is. It was a microwave. Let's try and make some food. Now I think I've got to press all the microwaves in the game to unlock the special feature thing. Is everyone dead? That's probably where... I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that, not right now. I wouldn't say it's as... well, at that stage yet. And there is a reason why, I don't want to give away too much, reason why I've picked to play this game. I haven't just randomly picked a random game. It will start to reveal itself of why I've picked this game to play. I was pleasantly surprised when I found out more about the game as I played it. So now it gets a bit confusing because we don't know where to go. Because do I go across here, this little place? I think I will. I do like these garden gates and stuff. There's lots of this in there. No, that doesn't happen. You'll never see a monster pop up. It's not a kind of scary game. That's what I've played the entire time. I kept thinking the monster was going to pop up out of nowhere, see someone grab me. It doesn't happen. There's a bit towards the end which is a bit like that, but nothing happens that's scary. This is quintessentially English countryside, what it's like. No, where is he wanting to take us? No monsters. See one. See what it takes this. Inside here?
Meg?
So.
Meg, are you here?
Here, I'm in the lounge.
There are too many empty houses tonight. Most of the village is gone now.
My head's killing me. Have you listened to the phones?
No, I thought they were all dead.
There's a strange kind of static now. I think I heard numbers in it. It sounded like the American woman.
Kate? She's still alive. No one's seen her.
Is Charlie back?
Not yet, no. I'm sorry.
That's all right, Father. Listen, you go on ahead. I'll just rest here a little longer.
Sleep well.
Yeah, these are ghosts that we're seeing. These are ghosts. I'm wondering when the people made this game how everyone's got nosebleeds. What intrigued me was thinking, is this a nod to the League of Gentlemen season 1 where everyone in the town got nosebleeds for eating a suspected human cow meat thing? Probably not, but yeah, you see there's lots of people had nosebleeds around here. There's any books I need to look at. There's obviously the TV across here. It is a sad game, this. It is very sad. Melancholy, I would say. Kind of, is melancholy the word to use for it? I'm not sure. But let's see, obviously it's quite dark in places. I mean, these houses, I mean, they are really, they've hit the nail on the head what a house will be like in the 1980s. I think it's 84, 83, 84 it's supposed to be. I once thought, Soul Ripper, if you won't be scared, I once thought it would be scary if you looked at a window and you saw something like running by. You can't get in there. And there's nothing going to jump out here, trust me. Like, nothing jumps out at you. I'm not just saying that to scare people. Nothing jumps out. Great quiz questions. It's just the same footage again. Retailer of the year. So yeah, we'll go back down. Can we turn the lights off? Ooh! I can't turn the lights on. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, can't get around the back. I'm not sure I'm trying to get around the back fast enough. Doesn't look like it. I found a few little bugs in the game. I could kind of get to the end of the game before I should have, and it kind of spoiled a little bit because I saw something I shouldn't have seen. I don't know if that was a glitch or not, but I won't do that in this run through. I can't get through there because it did kind of spoil it for me. Partly because I didn't know towards the end of the game you have no idea really what, if you missed off on one part of the story, you can't unlock something, and then you can get a bit lost and wander around the whole place. I ended up wandering around the whole entire place, and I triggered something I shouldn't have triggered, which I don't know, it kind of locked me. I just got stuck and I couldn't move. So I'm going to get a bit lost as well. So I'm not really paying attention. I need to go back to where I came from. Start from there. We'll head up to the church. Head to the church and see what's up there. I'll do about 20 more minutes and then I'll end it, and then we'll see where we'll go from there. In Soul Ripper I'll call after 20 minutes. That's not fun. What's not fun? Kind of like a stalemate in a chess game. It's on the back. I can hear a radio.
Electrical failures all over Tower 6. The light is flowing like liquid. Its sense of purpose is overwhelming. There's something in... Stephen? Steven, is that you?
Kind of like a stalemate. It was almost like I needed to get to a certain point. I hadn't done part of the game. I needed to go back and find out something. Something which now I know is quite simple, but at the time I didn't realise what it was. It is fun because it made me think and work a bit harder on the game. So we'll go to the church and Shepherd's Walk.
It doesn't even reach the back fence, silly old bugger.
Well, loaves and fishes we can manage, but garden design's a little beyond...
Might I have a word?
Mrs. Boyles, of course. Meg, will you excuse us, please?
See you back at Charlie's later. Cheerio, Wendy.
I was speaking to Barbara. She said there were some irregularities about Mary's morphine.
Good grief. Those are private medical records. Barbara should know better than to be discussing that sort of thing with you. If Dr. Wade finds out, he'll have no choice but to suspend her. Damn it, Wendy! Your brother is grieving. Mary was sick for a long time, and I'm glad it's over for her. Go and support Frank. He needs you now.
God knows what you did. He sees. I just break and overlook Mary's weakness, but you, a man of the cloth,
if you have an issue with...
bring shame on this parish.
If you have an issue with me, I suggest you write to the Bishop of the Diocese. I have parishioners to attend to. Excuse me.
So yeah, the story starts to unravel more of what's going on. Well, yeah, they've got British accents because it's all set in Britain. This is what I like about this game. It's very British. It's very quintessentially a British, like, story kind of thing. It's very reserved. It's not over the top. That's what I like about this. So now we're in the grave, the church. Oh, is there anything? So silly. Was anything? I don't think there's anything in the graves. I know, a bit weird. Let's go to this church. Obviously, there's signs of like stuff's like happened and left. Like someone's walking crutches just left randomly because they must have gone to the Rapture. Flowers left there. Let's go in the church. You can always, like, if you've been in an old British church, you can almost smell what it smells like. Does that sound weird? Like, to me, when I'm going in it, I know what it smells like in here. Like musty incense type thing. Reminds you of school trips, going on school trips to places. I'm not sure there's anything in the church. I guess just a bit, unless it's something I'm going to come back to and trigger some other event and come back to this. Oh, what's that? Just influenza leaflets, because they think it's a flu. I think the flu's going around. And I won't get into conspiracy theories on this one about conspiracy theories. Your church smells like incense as well. St. Hubert's. Yes, yeah, so the town people think there's a flu going around. That's what they're being told. I'm not going to get into conspiracy theories about what people think of coronavirus or anything, because just don't want to see too much of it. That's a cenotaph. This would be a cenotaph to the... I'm assuming that doesn't really say much in this one, but it would be a cenotaph to either World War I or World War II soldiers. Can I get around the side there? A bit like Scooby-Doo. Scooby, Scooby-Doo, where are you? Do, 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 do. I don't know if I can get around the side. I don't know if I can. I've seen people speedrun these games. What, back up? Where do you want me to go? Back up to the, look at the what? At the statue. What is the cenotaph? This big thing here, the cenotaph. A clue. Where's there a clue? There's nothing on the statue. There's nothing I can see on the statue. Beneath it, there's these, which is yeah, that's not a clue. Oh, kind of like a figure eight. Kind of like the figure eight. That's going around. Kinda, yeah. I see it. Yeah, the flowers are arranged like a figure eight type thing. Let's go back out. I've seen people speedrun this game in 3 or 4 hours, and to me, when I've seen the speedrun it, it's like they're not really enjoying the game. They're not really taking in. They're just kind of going, this is boring, this is silly, this is stupid, let's just get these achievements and get it done. I really enjoy this game. Son of Fate. What have they got here? My Car Weekly. There's always a Simon Says game everywhere. Let's go in here. Have a look.
You could just have a word with them, perhaps. They listen to you.
Well, I really don't see what it has to do with me at all.
The village looks up to you. I just think with what's been happening with Mr. Coles and Mrs. Boughton and the others, that people need somewhere to talk, to feel safe.
Perhaps they don't think that your church is somewhere they feel particularly safe.
I don't need your forgiveness, Wendy. Or theirs. Whosoever thou art that judgest, for wherein thou judgest another, thou condemnest thyself. Romans chapter 2, verse 1.
Beware of practicing your righteousness before other people in order to be seen by them. Matthew chapter 6, verse 1. It's not my judgment you should be worried about, Father. But fine. I'll talk to Barbara. Ask her to put a note up in the surgery about an extra service. Will that do?
Okay, so look around the side. It is relaxing, it is. Like, we'll get a bit later on in the game where it does not feel relaxing, it feels a bit more ominous. Sets of doom are setting in. Especially at one part. Around here? What's this book? No, I don't want to look at the book. Yes, I might get this done in, I don't think I don't know how long it'll take to get this done, but I'll do it bit by bit, see how it goes. Let's see what's up here. It's just another quarantined. Real quarantine, as in total lockdown, not like the lockdown we've got here right now. I hope everyone watching this is having a good day. I hope you're making the best of lockdown, whatever situation you're in. I know everyone's not in the best of situations right now. I'm kind of in limbo. I don't know what I'm doing. No idea. No idea what's going on with me. Kind of in a bit of limbo right now. That's why I'm doing this. Not complaining. I can't complain much. That's what's going on here. Obviously there's these the British quintessential post boxes. So when you get something sent from ZonksTheAlien, this is what I'll send it through. One of these post boxes. So pop it through there. When's the delivery times? 5:30 and 8:15. Or if it's a big package that I'll send off, I'll take it to the local pet shop slash it's a pet shop slash thingy. Hang on. Some people, yeah, some people are just playing video games and eating Doritos all day. Well, it would do if I could buy Doritos, but I can't buy Doritos right now because currently, where I am, all card machines aren't working, and all ATM machines are down. So I went out to the shops. I rarely go out to the shops. I normally do online food orders now, but I went out to the shops before it gets to medication, just for nothing serious. Just went to get some medication and stood in line for 20 minutes. Only be told that they didn't accept card payments because the internet was down. That's what they said. And then I found out later on via Twitter that the entire region was down, so ATMs weren't working. You couldn't pay for cards at shops. So basically, you had any cash, you could use cash, but I had no cash. Thankfully, I've got food in the place. I can eat food. Yeah, no Doritos. I don't know what's going on in the world. Like, I had some nachos last night, but no Doritos. Right, so in the caravan.
It wasn't just some distortion of physics. I may not understand it yet, but it wasn't an accident. All of the clocks, what happened at Tower 6, it's just not random. There's an effort. An attempt to communicate.
So someone's trying to communicate. Yeah, a caravan's really small. Like, I know there's small caravans, but this one's really small. Like, is the caravan this small? It's like, I'm sure the dimensions just seem off on that one. Just seem off on the caravan. Let's look around here. Obviously couldn't get in here. Yeah, I couldn't get anything. Couldn't get any food, couldn't get any medication. Thankfully I've got food in. I'm not complaining. Yeah, the aliens are hacking the cash machines and hacking the... But I don't use cash. Like, rarely ever use cash. I'll always pay on card all the time. So I was just like, oh, I can't get anything because there's something bad here. When there's something like this where it's like still, it's going to be something, and I think it's going to be something more serious. So let's open it up.
I saw you from the main road. Not many people are moving around now.
I was looking for Dr. Wade.
Listen, Frank. I don't know what's happened, but your Stephen seems to think he's responsible.
I reckon he is.
He said, Kate's still up at the observatory, but the gates are locked. Frank, there's going to be a rescue soon, I'm sure of it. They'll send planes or something.
Well, they'll send planes, all right. This pattern of it, we're in the center of it. Which means if they intend to stop it, we're right in the firing line.
Oh, ghosts. I'm pretty sure the place I live right now is haunted. Not by anything bad, I'm pretty sure there's a cat ghost here. Because the doors keep opening when a cat runs through a door, like puts his head through a door and like opens the door a bit. I'm just pretty sure it's like there's a cat here or something, which is I like it. I like the cat ghost. I'm moved to the place I am now literally the week before lockdown happened here, and it was a panicked move to get here. I'm so relieved we got here. So something horrible happened in this bathroom, as you can see. Apologies if you're squeamish. Yeah. I was a bit squeamish till I had my appendicitis, and then let's just say complications met. I couldn't be squeamish anymore. There was literally one point where I had to go back in the hospital. I was admitted again afterwards for... Apologies if you're squeamish, you don't like hearing this. Just turn it off if you haven't already turned it off by now. But yeah, I went back in the hospital and I'll try and keep it as not gruesome as possible. Basically, the wound where my appendix was taken out had kind of reopened a little bit. Not through my fault, but the fact that there'd kind of been some negligence on the side of somebody. So went back in, and then they put me into ambulatory care. If I said that correctly. I googled it because I didn't know what it was. Put me back in ambulatory care. Saw a surgeon that did some tests on me and scanned me, and they're like, yeah, you've got like a small infection after the operation. And then they just like, I know you don't want to think about it. A small, but some people like hearing this kind of stuff, gruesome stuff. Oh, it was a painting. Black. It's painted black or black. Yeah, so they had to reopen the wound, and as they were doing it, yeah, I'm glad I'm recovering too. As they were going to do it, they did it by mistake. They were going to reopen it and try and see and drain it out, but they literally did it by mistake, and it just went everywhere. Now the surgeon said to me, there's blood on the ground there. She was like, "I'm glad you're not squeamish," and I said, "I am, but there's nothing I can do about it because basically you've just." And then they stuck a massive needle in my stomach and drained out all the stuff out of me, and then I think I was in hospital. I visited a hospital or a doctor's surgery every single day for 45 days, I think, in a row. Every day going up and getting myself, if you know what wound packing is, then you'll know how disgusting it is. If you don't bother googling it, it'll terrify you. But basically getting myself cleaned up and seen to every day was pretty disgusting. I'm still recovering. I'm still it was a pretty bad one. It wasn't just to pull the appendix out and then it's done. It was a bit worse than that. No, I don't think I went down this road. I don't think I went down the road beforehand. I need to come back here. So I need to come back to this part. Yeah, it was pretty much the worst appendix can get. And I found out after the fact that someone else had the same thing as me, where they went to the same. I can get across there where that shed is, but later on I can get across there. I can't get there now. Some 12-year-old kid suffered the same thing as me, and he was sent away told that he had gastroenteritis, like I did, which was incorrect. And then came back, and I wondered how the 12-year-old kid would handle it, because I barely handled it, and I lost about, how much in weight did I lose? I lost 3 stone in weight. What's that in pounds? It's a lot. I think it's like 40 pounds. What's it? Let's work out what it is. 2 seconds. 3 stone in pounds. Like 42 pounds I lost in a couple of days. And if it hadn't been for being able to lose that weight, I don't know how. So my body was using that weight to help me survive, and eating up muscle to help me survive. So there's this kid who got it. The nurse was telling me, who got the same thing as me. He was like nothing left of him because he had lost so much weight because of the pain he was under and what he'd gone through. So I don't know how he must have felt being such a young kid. It's doctor's surgery. I'm in the doctor's surgery, so this is the doctor's.
Dr. Wade, here you are.
Ooh,
There's a queue of patients a mile long out there.
Just send them to the village hall with the others, please, Bob.
Doctor, people are scared. Mrs. Gables just called me and said her husband's vanished. She was very frightened. She said there was blood coming out from his ears and his nose.
What the hell do you want me to do? Until they lift the quarantine, we're not going anywhere. Just tell them to drink plenty of fluids, stay warm, and follow the instructions on the radio.
Dr. Phil, please, you have a duty to your patient. Your nose.
Ooh, so there's lots of blood in here, lots of blood in the trash can, lots of blood on the computer. These computers bring me back to like being in school. Not like when I was first in school, like the very first computer I used. Right, so where are we? So obviously the doctor doesn't know what's going on because he's obviously panicking as well. He's dying as well. Medical negligence. There is an achievement for coming back here again and again to the doctors. I don't know if I need to come back here again. It's a strange doctor setup. I've never known doctors like this. I need to look into seeing how to unlock that achievement and come through there. So I can hear the radio now. We need to gain the bearings of where I am. Where am I? I've just come around the side there. I'm going to get lost because I'm too busy talking. In the brambles. We're in the brambles. In the brambles right now. I think after an hour I might call this the first section, then we'll come back tomorrow and do the rest of it. Let me know if you want me to do any other games. I'm open to suggestions. I don't mind. I need more options for games to play because pretty much that's all I'm doing right now. And we'll leave this on here. Obviously on Instagram, you probably know me on Instagram or Twitter, ZonksTheAlien. Check out the Etsy shop if you want. There's some discounts. There's always discount stuff in the Etsy shop, t-shirts and badges and pins and stickers, and there's more stuff coming. Thinking about other stuff to do as well. Stuff I'd planned before all this happened. Because pretty much this time last year I was pretty much doing okay. Everything was going great after a successful summer of doing Comic-Cons. EVE Online. Actually, I need to talk to you about League of Legends or Dota. I need to talk to you about that. I've seen something about it. Yeah, I was doing great, and then all of a sudden everything went mental. There's something across there. Oh, hang on.
Especially now. But I do love him, Father. I love them both.
He's married. There are other people involved in this.
Oh, I hardly think that anyone's in the position to claim the moral high ground, do you?
Well, I take your point about Stephen and Robert, but I think Kate might see things differently.
Do you? I mean, she's not screwing anyone else, pardon my French, but she spends all day and night locked up in that observatory. Stephen says they barely see each other. That's hardly a marriage, is it?
Okay, I think we'll leave it as that. Well, hopefully it'll save now. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in for an hour. We'll keep playing this. We'll keep up with suggestions. We'll see what we're going to do. Yeah, so I'll come back to this tomorrow. Maybe later on today I'll come back to it. I'm literally bored, so bored. All I'm doing is making crappy jokes on Twitter. Stupid. I think some people get confused. If I post something, I'll post pictures all the time on Twitter, Instagram. If I post it like, I made this, like, it was me who made this. People are like, oh, where'd you get this from? So, no, I made it. I kind of had a conversation with a guy in person at the Awakenings event in Manchester last year, which was so much fun. It was so much fun going there. And he asked me, he said, where do I get the t-shirts from? And I said, oh, me. And he said, no, who'd you buy them off? And I was like, what, who do I get to make them? And he was like, no, who'd you buy? And I said, well, I'll get this company to make them for me, but I design all the t-shirts. They're all my original design. And he looked at me, he just shook his head and said, no, you didn't make these, someone else did. Who did you buy them off? And I was like, oh, okay. I was just, okay, I'm not going to change your mind. Obviously, you think that I must be getting these somewhere else. No, it's all me. It's all me who makes them. Anything I sell, unless I'm giving it for free as a because I do give away stuff for free, like stickers and stuff and little alien keychains and stuff. But if it's something that I'm selling like on Etsy, it's generally going to be me who made it. 99% of the time, it's me who designs it and makes it. So yeah, we'll leave it here. 1 hour and 4 minutes 27 seconds, and we'll come back. We'll come back to Shropshire and see what's going on. So I need some kind of sign-off thing. I don't know what I'm going to say. I need something original. I can't just copy somebody else. So we'll see. But thank you for listening, and thank you.